My first ever video game was New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. I'd played games before that in my life, but that was the first video game which was mine. I got it for Christmas after watching my cousin play it earlier that year, and man did I play the hell out of that game. Realistically, it's what sparked my love for video games. I sat playing it for hours each day since I first got it, and I still remember how much I loved that game. I have so much nostalgia for it. I can guarantee that most people watching this video have games that they remember similarly, because when we play games we invest a lot of time and energy into them, and ultimately have so many happy memories of playing them. The real question is though, are these games really as amazing as we remember them to be? Nostalgia affects us in pretty strong ways. It has this really bittersweet feeling of how great something used to be. You could remember how amazing you felt watching a film as a child, or how good a certain book series made you feel. And this is no different when it comes to games. In fact, it might be even stronger with games due to how involved we are when playing them. Rather than reminiscing on the game, a lot of the time we're reminiscing on the specific experiences and memories we have with it. We aren't having these strong emotions towards things like controls, but instead towards how we explore the levels and use certain strategies to win, or how much we struggled on particular bosses. This doesn't particularly mean that games now are better or worse than they used to be, though it does mean our experiences with certain games are definitely magnified by nostalgia goggles. I first played League of Legends in 2014, and unfortunately I still play it now in 2021. And when I compare the game now to what it was in 2014, I get a bit upset because it's so different and, in my opinion, less fun. But this could very easily just be my nostalgia goggles turning themselves on and telling me that the game was 10 times better due to the experiences I had with the people I played with at the time. And I'm likely just missing these experiences. Another game that I used to love is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I used to go home after school each day with my friend and we'd play it for hours. It's my favourite Smash Bros. Game, but widely regarded as the worst installation in the series. Then we get to Pokemon games, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Diamond Pearl Platinum, Black and White. All these games were fantastic to me, but at some point in the newer installments, I just completely lost interest in the series. Maybe it was just me growing up, but the newer games have never come as close to being as amazing as the old games were. I was a pretty early adopter of Minecraft, which honestly is a game that screams nostalgia to me whenever I think about the first half of its lifespan. And while I think most of the updates and additions to the game have been good, it's lost its nostalgic charm to me, because it feels like such a different game than the game I used to play when I was younger. With this idea of nostalgia goggles in mind, how does this affect the way we see games now? A lot of pixelated indie titles like Stardew Valley, Celeste, Shovel Knight, Undertale, Terraria, and so on employ these art and music styles, and people absolutely love this. There's something so safe in these types of games, probably because they remind us of a time when we felt our safest playing older games. This doesn't really harm bigger AAA titles, and honestly is something which really helps the indie games industry, because the tools used to create pixelated games are much more accessible to the indie devs than the tools used to create huge scale games. I would go as far as to say that the love for these pixel-style indies is actually really healthy for the innovation of the games industry. As ironic as that might sound, since innovation isn't the first thing you'd think of when you hear the word nostalgia. But the limitations in graphics and music reward devs for finding creative ways to make us feel the same way we did when playing some of our favourite childhood games. Think of Celeste and how it utilised creative level design, or Stardew Valley, which was born to innovate on the mechanics of Harvest Moon. The reality is, nostalgia in general, let alone video games, can be pretty fun, if maybe sometimes a little bittersweet. It can help people connect over shared childhood experiences, and gives a bit of escapism when reminiscing on our past selves dying over and over again on boss levels. Newer games might not feel as good to us now as they used to feel when we were young, but games like Fortnite, or Pokemon Sun and Moon, or even the current Minecraft might be the games that people in the future feel nostalgic over in, 10-15 years time? And I'm more than sure that by that time, we'll still be nostalgic over the exact same games we're nostalgic over now.